Yeah, this is Troy Bedell. Welcome to the ACS Technical Center. Today we're going to talk about your APD pumps. These are available from 5 to 30 horsepower. Today we're going to look at some of the basic features and quick maintenance tips. So when you first get your blower on site, the first thing you want to do before you start this is make sure you check the oil level. There's a sight glass on either side of the blower, and it has two separate fill locations, so you want to make sure you check the levels in both sides of the blower. On some of the larger blowers, it only has oil on one side and it has grease zerts on the other side for lubrication. Under this cover is where your belts and shivs are going to be located. It's easily removable, but on startup you shouldn't really have to take it apart to check the belts or anything like that. Basic features on this: we have a disconnect switch on the J-box. It is an MCP style. If we open this up, you'll see your termination points for your control wiring, MCP contactor. We also have a high vacuum switch located in here. External to the box, we have a vacuum gauge. We have your solenoid valve that operates your vent valve. So this valve is used for two different operations. It opens and closes to allow you to sequence material, and instead of starting and stopping the pump after every station is filled, it will vent to atmosphere and let the pump run, so you're not starting and stopping the motor constantly, and it saves a lot of wear and tear on the pump and motor. The other thing this valve is for a mechanical safety. So we have two safeties on this blower. Your electrical safety, which is your high vacuum switch set to 14 inches of mercury, and then we have your mechanical, which is set to 15 inches of mercury. The way this is set is using this regulator. Now you can see from the factory we marked that we set it to minus 15 inches. You're going to want to supply 80 to 90 psi plant air to your valve, and then you shouldn't have to do anything with this. But over time, it's a good idea to check to make sure that this valve is actuating properly. To check the safety feature of it, you'll want to remove your hose from the pump, block this off with a piece of cardboard or wood, not just your hand, because it does create a lot of suction, and then actuate the pump from your control and watch your gauge. When it closes to atmosphere, it should run to 15 inches of mercury before the valve starts to open. If it does not, you can increase the air pressure here. If it's going way past 15, you can decrease the air pressure. This will make sure you have this valve set correctly. One other thing to mention is on this unit, the gauge, sometimes you'll notice when the blower's not on, your vacuum won't be at 0. So to recalibrate the gauge, there's a lever at the top. If you open and close the lever, it will re-zero the gauge. Other things to look at on this, to adjust the belts, you'll see we have threaded adjusters to make it easier to adjust belts when you replace them. You don't see a silencer here. Underneath the stand there is a built-in silencer, and optionally we have sound enclosure and auxiliary silencer that you can add to your pump system, and these really quiet the system down a lot. And that is really the main points we're looking at. Just make sure the oil's full, 90 to 100 or 80 to 90 psi on your air, and that should be all you need.